Okay, so I thought I'd do a quick guitar lesson on triads. And in this lesson, well, sorry, at the start there you heard me playing a few triads, and they were all G, C and D triads. A triad is basically three notes, tri meaning three, and it's the main part of each chord really. Now the applications and the usefulness of learning this is that quite often in a band situation you'll have a rhythm guitar player or a singer playing acoustic guitar, and they will kind of be strumming the chords. And you are expected to play something different from them, something maybe not quite as rhythmic, or something not quite as full on in the chord department. So this is where it really comes in useful to be able to know all of the different triads. Now you can find them on every string, okay, and you can find them in lots of different positions, but I'll show you one way of being able to go right all the way up the neck, right past the octave, finding all of these little triads. And with this information you should be able to start to find them yourself. So we'll start with the G triad, which I use my third finger on the 5th fret, second finger on the 4th fret, and first finger on the 3rd fret of the D, G and B strings. Okay, so that's my G triad. Now for a C, I just bar my first finger across the 5th fret on the D, G and B string. Then there's your D on the 7th fret. Now you keep that barred. Now put your second finger on the B string and your third finger on the 9th fret of the D string. We have our G triad. Now same shape as we did for the first G, but on the 8th fret we have our C, D, moving that up to the 12th. Then barring the 12th we have the G again. Same position as before, just putting our fingers down for the C. Moving that up 2 frets we have D. And then back up to our octave we have G. Okay, so we have okay. Now you can use this so following a chord progression. So say we were doing like a simple strumming pattern like before, like a and you wanted to play something over the top of that wasn't as chordal, we could kind of do something like okay, so there I was just arpeggiating and letting the chords ring a little bit. It's really simple stuff, but this is stuff that you'll be expected to play in terms of a band setting. It's a real skill in itself to be able to play along with other musicians that maybe aren't as proficient as you are in terms of playing the guitar, so you've got to kind of come up with other parts and stuff, and learning these triads is really important. So like I said before, we can find them on the different strings as well. I just did that all from the E string. So if you want to learn that, just slow down the video and just kind of take a look at what I was doing there. But like I said, the real relevancy of learning this is, I think it makes you a more adaptable and useful musical musician if you can play these triads. Now, one more function that you can use is basically learning these triads. You can imply them over one chord to make one bit of music more interesting. So say we were in the key of G again, and somebody was just kind of strumming away on a chord and you're staying on the same chord, you can add harmony and melody to what somebody's doing by implying all of these triads over that one chord, because it all fits over it because it's in the same diatonic key. So somebody could be strumming this chord, So that was just an example of just moving between these triads. Obviously there wasn't a G chord underneath that, but if you could picture a G chord underneath it and picture using these triads to create harmony and melody underneath the music that's going on. So I hope you found some of that useful and you could start using some of these triads in your own playing, and I'll see you next time.